you have such a fascinating background. I love your background. Tell us a little bit about just this whole life that you've had as a scientist.
My life as a scientist? Well, when I was 7 years old, someone asked me one time what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I said, I want to be a scientist. And everybody thought I was joking about it. And the reason why I wanted to be a scientist was my dad brought home a map of the universe and he hung it up on the wall. And I stared at that, so fascinated by the whole concept that we were on this little ball in the middle of this giant space. And it was, to me, the most wondrous thing to think about it. So I memorized every planet, every moon, you know, and I went out and I looked at the rocks and I wondered what they were. And I had a book about the human body and I read that, I don't know, 5,000 times, you know, every function, everything that happened. So it was almost preordained from the time I was really young. And my whole life geared towards that direction. And so when I was in high school, I took every science. When I was in college, I knew that I wanted to do something in the health field. And then I really loved physics and chemistry. And when I looked in the curriculum for what I could do with the health field, I didn't want to be a medical doctor. I just sort of knew that. And when I looked in the health field and I thought, this is too superficial. They're teaching us what a carbohydrate is. I already know that. You know, they're teaching us what a protein. I knew that. I didn't, and the end result would have been, I would have been a dietitian in a hospital. And that did not satisfy my insane curiosity. So I decided I was going to major in chemistry. And then I was more satisfied because I got to learn how the different, you know, the whole cycles, you know, our body is this complex set of these thousands of biochemical processes. It's so complicated that it was totally fascinating to me. But I also got fascinated again by the universe, so I had to make a choice. And so I ended up going in the direction of the universe. So I've been studying the Earth and the other planets for all this time in the field of geophysics. But the whole time I've been reading, studying, interested in health. I've written several articles that have appeared on the internet on losing weight, body biochemical systems, fibroid tumors. I did studies and so on. And I've actually, for the last 15 years, wanted to go more into the health field, but I had 2 children to raise. So I didn't feel like I could just drop everything. I was the primary breadwinner. I was a single mom for a lot of years, and I felt like I needed to continue doing what I knew what to do to make enough money to put them through college, which I've done now, and to, you know, give them a home, which I've done. You know, I'm still doing, but
that's another story.
That's another story. Yes, she's in graduate school. She'll graduate next year. So, but so I felt I needed to continue that. So transitioning to this now for me is very exciting because this is something that I've loved doing my whole life.